Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
He is a master level whiskey mooch. And today, it's all about the Wathen's Kentucky Bourbon.
Also shenanigans.
Also shenanigans.
Less whiskey.
Alright, so I'm going to be on the record on that Sam Medley, who has been a great friend of the whiskey school, connected through Tom Fisher. He sent us this whiskey.
Okay.
As in like the Medley Brothers Bourbon, as in all the different brands from Medley Brothers.
So they did
8 generations of Kentucky bourbon.
So they made this.
My understanding is that now Wathen's is sourcing their whiskeys from somewhere. Some say Heaven Hill, but honestly it could be...
So they're curating the flavor profile and designing this.
No, they know exactly what it is. So it's 77% corn, it's 10% rye, and it's 13% malted barley.
It smells nice.
It's more barley than rye, which means it should be a little bit cereal up front in the nose, right? They source it specifically, and then they age it. Now, there is no age statement. The one thing that kind of bugged me, Wathen's, about this was that they have 8 right there. And what do you think when you see that? What do you think about this whiskey? How old is it, you think?
80s?
It's 8. No, it's not 8. It says 8 on the bottle, but if you're really close, the 8 is... It's 8 generations of whiskey making.
They got little tiny microscopic font that says 250 years.
Exactly. So they don't actually say how old this is. Now we know it's a straight bourbon, and we know it doesn't have an age statement, which means it's at least 4. Because if it was under 4, they'd have to say how old it was. We do know that it comes from barrel 8836, and this one was bottled on June 25th of 2015, 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago it was bottled. I get all the typical kind of corn. I get Bazooka bubblegum, Bazooka Joe.
I'm waiting as long as possible to taste this because I just brushed my teeth.
Okay, so I do get that corn. I do get the cereal notes in there. I do get the bubblegum that I always get on things like this.
I've never had the bubblegum that you...
You're not... Can you remember Big League Chew? Did you ever use that when you were a kid? It was in a pack and you could shove it and act like...
Oh, yeah, a little shredded bubblegum.
Yeah, shredded bubblegum. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. I think it's funny that when we were kids, a lot of our candy was like pretending to be horrible adult vices. Like, you remember this?
Oh, yeah,
you remember the candy cigarettes that you could blow and a puff of smoke would come out? And then you got the bazooka, the Big League Chew, so you can pretend like you're chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
As, you know.
For me, the cherry note is the most prominent note, and it stays with me.
It's weird that I'm getting less cherry on this than I am bubblegum.
It may be the toothpaste.
It's weird as I do black cherry toothpaste. I don't know why I get cherry in all the whiskeys today.
No. I mean, you know when you have toothpaste...
The next 4 videos, Rex is going to taste cherry.
No, then whenever you brush your teeth, like for the next 30, 45 minutes, everything you taste it's like... enhanced isn't the word, because it's not like you're getting just a stronger flavor. It's more intense. That's it.
Okay, so...
And for me, the cherry note that I often get in bourbons, it's a more intense cherry note. I'm going to defer to your untoothbrushed opinion.
Untoothbrushed opinion. Yeah. This is a 47% alcohol. What I'm going to say about this is I'm a little disappointed at... I want this to be richer than it is. It feels a little thin. It feels like up front in your first sip is a lot of alcohol,
right?
And a little bit of the flavors of the cherry and the sweet, whatever things like that you're getting.
Yep.
And then at the end, it just sort of has this little ramp and then does this really fast. It drops flat and just kind of tails off into nothing. There's no lingering flavor.
It bothers me that I completely get that.
Yeah.
And within the first few moments, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to have some complexity. And then it's actually, it's just...
then it just sort of disappears.
2 or 3 nice notes. It's relatively smooth.
Now, I'm going to add a little bit of water, take this down a little bit and see, does that either totally destroy it?
Right.
Or does it open it up a little bit?
Jacob Bradley. Why are single malt scotches blended together not called multiple scotch?
I had to sneak that one back in there. I'd forgotten I cut and pasted that one in.
The thing is...
You read it so quickly, you aren't even suspecting, because I didn't remember, and I wasn't giving you any clues.
So...
That's such a good one.
I hate that it is a dad joke. But in real life, I would kind of like them to be called multiple scotches.
Multiple scotches.
It would make a lot more sense to me. Single malt scotches blended together. Because you hear single malt, you don't think things could be blended.
You don't want blended, you want a multiple.
Yeah, this is a multiple
Scotch.
Scotch.
A multiple scotch.
A multiple, yeah. Damn it.
It makes sense. It's logical.
It does, but it hurts.
Oh, did you see I sent you a dad joke text yesterday?
Did you see I didn't reply?
I did see that. I sent him a text and said, dude, my son just keeps spacing out. And it was a picture of my oldest son wearing a space suit helmet.
That's
astronaut helmet.
Comedy gold.
There's comedy gold.
Comedy gold. Greg Hicks, one question and one comment. My question for you is about decanters. I have 2 decanters for whiskey.
Oh.
Continue.
Try that.
What did you do?
It got bitter. It wiped out all the sugar notes.
You killed the sweetness.
Yeah, it wiped out all the sugar sweet notes and left behind all of the cereal notes. And
it totally did, but somehow does that seem possibly a little bit more complex?
It got more interesting, for sure.
Not necessarily more enjoyable.
Now, one of my arguments with bourbon is it's always too candied.
Yeah.
For me.
No, you ruined the candy.
I ruined the candy in this, which I kind of like.
It brought out a few more things in there.
Let's try that again.
I have 2 decanters for whiskey. Should I use them or just leave whiskey in the bottle? My question is, I made a comment
it way better.
In an earlier video about the vanilla flavor I got after smoking a stick and drinking this exact scotch. It just hit me like a ton of bricks that day, and I have not gotten it since.
Oh, that's because I didn't want to talk about the whiskey. I wanted to talk about on this is what he said is, well, then don't. He had this experience, and then the next day, it was like, it was gone. Okay, that happens to us all the time. The thing about tasting is that it depends on the day. It depends on how what time of day. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of science that shows that late morning is the best time for your palate. Oh. Like 10, 10:30.
We're on the ball.
Yeah. And evening, you have a fatigued palate. If you've eaten during the day, that's going to affect everything. Oh, we're behind the ball. Yeah. If you've eaten, that's going to affect everything. There's all these different things that come into play. And if you had anything to drink right before it. So the thing about any whiskey is you need to try it 5-6 times in different scenarios before you really understand what you're drinking.
Challenge accepted.
I will tell you this, with a little bit of water, the Wathens got bitter.
Before you move on.
And it got all the rye exploded.
Before you move on. I am tempted to make what I'm in my head is the disclaimer video for this exact reason. Because we can say taste is subjective until we're blue in the face. But time and time and time again, we'll do a review and people will be like, what are you talking about? This is horrible. This is disgusting. Or, oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't like that. It's my favorite thing. It's like, the taste is completely subjective.
You're wrong.
But beyond taste being completely subjective, the fact that even the same exact whiskey
can taste
from day to day can taste different, even to the same person. And you and I experienced this in your office late last week. The same whiskey from the same distillery.
Oh yeah, but I found out it actually is different.
It is different.
It is different.
Okay, because I suspect
totally different.
Monkey Shoulder batch 24 to batch 27.
Oh yeah, you think there's a difference?
There's a difference.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
So not grain of salt, 5 grains of salt is what you take. We're giving directionally the kind of flavor profiles and notes you can get from whiskey, but your experience may vary.
I feel like this bourbon can't figure out what it is.
I think we can't. It's too early for us to figure.
Yeah.
I don't blame the bourbon. I blame us.
I like this one. I like it better when it got bitter and I added some water to it. I liked it less when it was more sweet and thin.
This is sweet.
It's lingering with me now. Now that I added some water, probably brought it down to about 42, 43, and the rye kind of came out.
Is this a hard to get kind of thing? Is
this
common? Okay, it's friendly. It's
I'll tell
pretty
you,
smooth. It's not
budget
aggressive.
line Medley Brothers Bourbon.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Right.
I like that one as much as I like this one.
Do we have that? Jason Jean. I used to love watching this channel when it was about whiskey and the education. This channel?
When were you watching?
When was this? Watching the other guy who's not a som act like He's just as knowledgeable and then interrupting everything Daniel tries to speak about. I'm trying to be helpful, so please take this as constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism.
Rex, calm down and listen.
The capital C.
Listen to the professional.
Yeah.
You don't have to one-up him, and you are not at the same level.
Yeah!
I
like this guy.
Show a little respect, and please learn not to interrupt. And for God's sake, make it about the whiskey again and not being ass clowns.
I like that he went for ass clown.
It's getting
a nice touch.
It's getting a little sloppy. With such a nice place.
Keep
it classy. Respect each other and focus on the spirit. Daniel, I need you to respect me.
Okay, so
because you are the, what did he say?
I'm the expert.
I'm
the professional.
You're the professional.
Okay, this is Medley Brothers.
Jason Jean, I appreciate the spirit in which you give your constructive criticism. You may be watching the wrong channel, man.
Yeah.
Plenty of options. So.
Ooh, this is way more interesting.
This is same guys?
It's still thin.
The same distillery.
Same distillery, or same people sourcing the same whiskey. This is 51% alcohol, so I'm wondering if just the proof is adding all the drama.
I'm getting some more wood in this.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Tone down the cherry a little bit. You got the caramel, you got the sweetness, you got the...
Yeah, so if you like the more cherry-type bubblegum notes, the Wathens, if you like a little sweet but not cherry, and a little more of the wood influence, and a little spikier, this Medley Brothers is damn fine.
I'm not getting... There's something in there. It's not vanilla. Is it like a little... like a red grape? A little red grape? Not wine red grape, but just actual red grape off of the little grapevine there.
Yeah, I could see what you mean by that.
We're down one viewer with Jason Jean.
Yeah, so here's the thing,
what
Jason.
we need you guys to do, we need you to pick up the slack.
Yeah, Jason, go watch Ralphie.
Go find some people that are a better fit for us.
Yeah.
And bring them into the channel.
Yeah. Because I don't know, man.
I mean, I can sit here and not say anything if we just nod my head.
I think if he needs this to be a serious channel, we're gonna have to both not say anything. Let's do a 30-second episode just for Jason. You ready? There's only one way we can do this.
All right.
The next 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Note of pretentious. Ooh, a hint of on the nose.
It smells like the middle class. I don't like it.
Okay.
All right, that was for you, Jason.
Yes, Jason. But still, don't stay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a farewell gift. So Wathens, what's the verdict here?
My verdict is that for the money, I'd rather go Medley.
I agree.
But I could totally see how you would be into Wathens if you like that kind of classic bubblegum-ish kind of. I feel like it's a little thin. I'm not really sure why that is.
There's some beginners that would really like the Wathens.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be a good introduction into bourbon without being too dramatic. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
So we have a new toast.
We have a new toast.
Do you remember the toast?
No, but I'll have to read it. Can we read it?
Jason Fisk.
Jason Fisk.
We tweaked just a couple of little words in here. Mm-hmm. And
so their job is to always do the last line.
Yeah, so the way...
Hey, you did the clap! It's rubbing off on you.
Okay, so this is the official Whiskey Vault toast we're about to do. And so basically it's a toast inspired by the Jason Fisk who revealed this brilliant
his was one of my favorites.
Of toastiness to us and the channel. So we're going to go through the toast. And you guys, anybody that ever wants to send in the final piece of this toast, send it in.
We'll just replace us.
We'll replace us at the very end. And your line is...
Now you don't have to come up with your own.
And your line is, and if you drink, may you drink with us. So we're going to do the toast.
And if you drink, may you drink with us. Now the toast is, here's to cheating, to fighting, to stealing, and to drinking.
If you cheat, may you cheat death.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
And if you drink,
may you drink with us. Cheers. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.